welcome to Landuxia. Ever since I was a kid, I love to chew bubblegum. Bubblegum is one of my favorite candies to go to, and it's so much fun trying to blow big bubbles and making loud popping sounds. So today, I'm very excited to try this brand new candy brand of bubblegum. They're called Big Chew Leg bubblegum. When it comes to bubblegum, my favorite brand of bubblegum is Double Bubble. I love Double Bubble because I can blow really big bubbles and make really loud, insane loud popping sounds. So loud that it can wake up the dead. It is that loud. They look like this. So if you love bubblegum and like to blow big bubbles, this is a must-have bubblegum brand in your collection. Now getting back to what I have in front of me, let me show you the package. I've never had this brand before, so when I saw this at the candy store, I was a little bit curious and want to find out if I can actually blow really big bubbles and make really loud popping sounds. So I just wanted to buy this and try it out and compare this brand to my favorite brand. At the bottom, it says, "Out of here, original, the Hall of Fame bubblegum," and it is made in the USA. When I see the words, the Hall of Fame, in my mind I'm thinking this must be the best brand to blow really big bubbles on top. Let's go ahead and find out if this brand can compete with Double Bubble. Right out of the bag, it smells like a regular bubblegum flavor. Let me show you. This is a very unique and strange looking bubblegum. Usually a bubblegum that I usually eat, they come in the shape of square or a gumball size, round gumball. But look at this, it comes in almost like a string of almost like, that look like spaghetti or some sort of noodles or hash browns, like a potato, like a shredded hash brown. It's It's really unique looking. Yeah. All right. Let me taste. Just the first one. See what it tastes like. Here we go. A little bit closer look at each strand. Here, look at this. That's what it looks like. And there's some sort of a powder. There's some sort of a powder coating. I believe the powder is probably just flour so it doesn't stick together. I don't think it's sugar coated or some sort of a sourness coating, but let's taste this. Okay. It's not sugar coating and it's not sour coating. It's just flour. So all the strands don't stick together. Yeah, look at the flour. Look at it. There's some sweetness. I can definitely taste a sweetness of the sugar. And the flavor is bubblegum flavor. The texture from this brand, Big League Chew, is very soft. Matter of fact, it's almost too soft. Then I usually eat bubblegum. It's almost like it's on the creamy side, like it's really liquidy. Texture is not as tough and solid like from Double Bubble. I'm not even quite sure how people usually eat this because look at this, it's like, I think you just gonna take it out the bag and just shove it in your mouth. I don't know. Maybe they take it like this and go and eat like this. The gum is really, really soft. It's almost like it's gonna melt in my mouth. It's very unique in texture. But the bubblegum flavor is very close to this from Double Bubble. Let me try to blow some bubbles. Not bad, not bad. What about the popping? Can I pop? Make loud popping sounds with this brand of gum. Here we go. Not so good in the popping. is almost too soft to do a loud popping. Oh, there you go, not bad. That was pretty nice. Nice size bubble right there. I probably got it all over my face, but that's the fun part of eating bubblegum. Your face gets real messy, but that's the fun part. Clean yourself up afterwards. It doesn't seem to stick on your face as much as from Double Bubble. This gum, which is really fun, and big bubbles, huge bubbles, and loud popping sounds. It does get real sticky on your face. That's the negative part of eating Double Bubble. Yeah, this gum from Big League Chew. It gets so gooey, it's so soft. It's quite a bit harder to make the popping sounds from Big League Chew because the texture is just almost too soft to make the popping sounds. That was pretty much the loudest I could get right there, probably. But not nowhere near as loud as from Double Bubble. And the sound of the popping from this gum, Big League Chew, it's got the real high pitch. Sounds different. When I make the popping sounds from double bubble stuff. It gets so loud that almost hurts my ears. So I have to like. That's how loud it gets. But this gum right here, it's got a nice high pitch popping, but it doesn't get ferocious. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't get scary loud, like from double bubble. Yeah, it's like it almost sounds like little baby pops. It sounds kind of cute. Let's put a little bit more in. How about instead of shoveling in my mouth like this, because it's soft, what I'm gonna make it to a small sphere or a small ball and see what happens. See, it's getting easier to put in your mouth. Let's see. So you can shape it like a little ball. Look at that. Might be easier to put in your mouth instead of like stuff falling off your mouth. It's kind of sloppy. Because to put powder, flour, or some sort of powder to make it non-stickable, it's a little bit harder to keep them together, but it does seem to work a little bit. Look at that. That was huge. That was really big bubbles. Did you say that? You saw that, right? I'm just gonna do another one. extra gum in your mouth to get bigger bubbles. It gets a little bit sticky, but nowhere near a double bubble. Or that sound weird. Not too bad. I like the popping sounds. Sound like a flat tire now. enjoy eating this gum, bubble gum from Big League Chew. There's a couple things why I like this over this double bubble. The first thing I like about this gum is that the flavor and the sweetness of this gum, it lasts a lot longer, than from double bubble. And the second thing I like about this from Big League Chew is that the gum texture, it stays soft for a very, very long period of time. Where double bubble, when you chew it, a certain amount of time, it starts to get really hard. It's weird. It's like in the beginning, it seemed to have a nice soft texture to blow bubbles, but after a little while, like 5 minutes later or something like that, 5 or 10 minutes later, the gum from double bubble, it gets really hard, and then you have a hard time blowing bubbles because the texture, it just gets really solid. This here, it stays soft for a very long time. Matter of fact, I could probably chew this for like hours and it stays soft. I don't know what to put in here, but it's pretty good. That's one thing I like. There's two things I like about this gum. The flavor lasts longer and the texture. The texture stays soft for a very long time. However, beside blowing quite a bit large size bubbles, which I really love, is that the popping sound is not as ferocious or scary as from double bubble. So if you enjoy loud, really loud popping sounds, stick to double bubble. You can still make popping sounds from Big League Chew, but the sound is very high pitched. It's almost like little baby popping sounds. And this is more like monster popping sounds. That's a good way to put two of these together in comparison. Let's get back to the bubble part. I do love blowing big bubbles from Big League Chew. That's the fun part, is blowing the large bubbles, and this accomplished that very nicely. Before I let you go, I want to talk about the three different levels. The sugar level, the sour level, and the fun level. Let's go ahead and start with the sugar level. The sugar level from Big League Chew is very low. There's not that much sugar in here. It's just a little bit of sweetness, but it's not overly sweet. So if you like really sweet candies, you probably won't like this. So the sugar level from low, medium to extreme sugar is going to be in the low end of sugar level. As far as sour level from this gum, from low, medium to extreme sour, almost zero sour. I didn't taste any sourness at all in here. And the coating on the outside of the strand, whatever you call this, is not sour powder or sugar powder. It's just flour to keep it from sticking together. Like that, see? And for the fun level, from low, medium to extreme fun, I'm gonna rate this almost on the high extreme level of fun, because it is so much fun chewing bubble gum and blowing big bubbles, and you can still make some popping sounds. It's just not as loud as from double bubble, but it's still fun. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, I love bubble gum since I was a kid. I used to practice for hours, sitting there trying to blow bubbles and practice popping, making the popping sounds. It was very difficult in the beginning, but just keep on practicing and you'll get it. Alright, I just want to say thank you to everyone who stopped by to watch watching my video today. And I just want to say thank you for continuing supporting my channel. I hope to make more delicious videos in the upcoming days. But for now, I'll see you next time. Bye.